Hello friends, here I am again with the JC Leyendecker video. As in the end of the first video, I said I would need to change some parts of the shape of the character because I thought he was too skinny, so I started right on. As you can see, the video is a little bit more fast because in the last few days I haven't uploaded any videos. And it's not because I haven't been working, but I have been quite busy, so I decided to cram 2 weeks in work into one. And when I did that, the video was too long, it was almost an hour long. So I decided to put them together in one, and it would be too slow, so I speed it up, and now it's only 10 minutes long. And see, the model here I'm adding a little bit more details. I usually do that by masking and then putting up the shapes, because when you mask it's really easy to bring down or bring up the volumes that you want to add. Then I always have the reference in my second monitor. I'm adding here in the post processing of the video, so you can have a look while I'm sculpting to see what I'm paying attention to. But it would be interesting if you have a look in any of the first part, because that is where I pretty much say what I want to change. For these little props, I like to, like for ropes and stuff like these tubes, I like to do them with Z-spheres, because it gives more control for me than the curves. I never managed to control very well the new curve feature of Zbrush. So I'm trying to, in here I started modeling the modeling machine, and I do that in Max because I have more control and it's so hard surface. I think it's easier. I grabbed a little reference that you can see on top of the video that I'm displaying now. I grabbed a bunch of reference from Low Machine from the 1910. That's Google. It's pretty easy to do that. You just search for cutting grass machine 1910 and then you get a lot of good reference. Some of them really amazing, like the one that you're gonna see pretty soon, this one, that's like the exploded vision. It's very easy to see what you have to do. And it's the nice thing about work with Max, it's a different workflow than ZBrush. It's much more precise, so for these things, for this kind of piece, it's pretty good. And but the problem is, like, the Max and ZBrush, they have very different scales, so I couldn't just bring it straight up. So what I'm gonna do, I created these planes, as you can see that, and I aligned it more or less with the hand of the character when the floor is. So by that I moved the thing to the position, and it was almost spot on. Then I just had to do minor changes inside ZBrush, like you saw, because it was a little bit too wide, so I just closed it up a little bit. And when I had like this prop machine, I felt like the resemblance was okay, so I could start defining a little bit more of details. So now it's most of the work is like defining shapes, and for doing that I like to mask the part that I don't want to touch and just go with a hard surface brush, but cleaning up the shapes and trying to give a better read of the thing. As you can see, I don't pay that much, I'm not worried too much of the parts of the model that are going to be visible, like the underneath of his coat, or where the arm is gonna be stuck in. Maybe in the future I try to print this model, but I'm not so sure, because I think it's too many small details. I'm not sure if it would be able to print it nice. But well, with printing now getting cheaper and cheaper, I might do a try later on. I mean, I never printed any of my models, and I really would like to start trying to do that, because I think this is an area that has a lot of potential, and I think it would be nice to have some toys of mine on top of my computer at work. Speaking of work, that's the reasons why I haven't been uploading the last 2 weeks. We had a second game jam at our company, and it was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work. We worked like for 2.5 days straight on, and one of them was in the Saturday. So by the time I got home, I was so dead, and then uh, I had to spend some time with the family since they haven't seen me for that day. It was an amazing experience. I learned a lot, and then we kind of did a 3D project. I don't know if I can speak much of the project in here until the game is released, because we want to release the games that we worked on. So when I have more information, I'm gonna let you guys know, and please have a look at the games and support us, because it was a lot of fun and a very good learning experience. We tried to push our boundaries to the maximum, and it was pretty fun. Speaking back of the project and go back to the Leyendecker, you see I add a little bit of more details to the face and details on the hair and stuff like this. It's pretty cool that after you have the basic shape on the model, it's when you start cleaning up the shape, it gets much more polished. And I know it could go even more details, but I mean, I don't see the need to go all the way with the adding the skin details and pores, especially because this is an illustration from Leyendecker, and if you see his drawing, it has a it's more or less realistic, and his brush work, it's very loose. So I didn't want to do that much of details with skin pores and stuff like this. I might do a portrait one day, a real portrait with a character, and I would try to improve that. I think that's a place that I need to improve, and it's something I want to tackle later on. And here I'm detailing the hands. For the hands, I use my own hand as reference, because in the drawing you can't see that much of the details of the hand. So, but the thing is, again, I am a skinny person, and then the character is it's more in the fatty side. So I had to imagine how it would be if I had more fat on my hand, and how would all the wrinkles would look like. So it has a little bit of inventation too, you know. You have to, I think for an artist, you have to be able to imagine stuff and believe how things would have in your own mind how things would look. Same for the, for the wrinkles, I try to follow more or less the major ones, but I mean, I'm not a printing machine. I cannot just grab his drawing and make a perfect thing. It's an interpretation. So I add my wrinkles here and there. This is the shoe. I regret, I think I should have made the shoe straight on 3D Max, because the shoe is on his drawing. It's very the shape is very defined, so I think I would have more control in 3D Max to get the overall better likeness to the one in the concept art. But again, as I said in my first video, when you were in the mood to work on ZBrush, it's pretty hard to get out of it and try in a different problem. You just say, let's keep doing and see what do we get. I mean, it's all learning practice and learning experience. For the next model, I might consider working more with different softwares and see how it goes. But again, same technique. I mask parts I don't want to touch and pull up the shape, and it gives me the pretty much the hard cut that I need. And then for the wrinkles, what I do also is like I make a cut, and then I make an invert cut, cut with the Alt button press right on the edge to pull it up, and then you already have the shape very well defined. You might just have to do a little inflate to bring them close together and get a very nice wrinkle. That's what I did on the wrinkles behind the knee, and I think it's a nice technique to add wrinkles to a character. Here I'm closing a little bit the gap between the arms because I thought it was too big, and now I'm almost adding the final details to the model. I noticed that the angle of the hand is, wow, that was really fast. The angle of the hand was rotating a little bit too much, and now I'm adding little fingers and stuff and trying to add a more bigger hand, because my hand it's small. And so I remind my dad fingernails because he has like very big fingernails. I try to add a little bit of my dad on this character, although he doesn't look at him at all. And yeah, adding some wrinkles to the back, our imagination, because you can see the back of the character on the concept. And in here I had a doubt, like if I should add a belt to his chest, to his cloak thing on his back, because I have one of these things that you put on top, and it has one of these little belts in the back. But I think this is too modern. I'm not sure in 1910 they had such a thing. So here, after I have model, I started adding a little bit of colors. It was my first time playing with colors on Zbrush, so the results, well, still had to work on. And I tried to see with a little bit of some matte caps that you're gonna see pretty soon. But I still far from it, and I think this is pretty much where I left the character now. I'm a little bit tired of this model already, so I'm gonna start a new one, and maybe in the future I will come back to it. I hope you guys enjoy the show, and if you haven't done yet, please subscribe to my channel and keep it up to see what I come next. Okay? So see you guys soon, and hopefully we're gonna have a third part. Bye!